Hi all. So in this video, we will discuss about string, Java string, right? So Java string is a separate topic when we talk about Java, right? So a string is very important part in Java, right? So how the string works, right? So in previous video, I also mentioned that string is not a primitive data type, it's a non-primitive predefined data type, right? uh, so in here you can see that so once you define the string, right, in previous video also I told you that string is immutable, right? That means once you define the string you can't change it, right? So here how the string works, first we check how the string works, right? Here you can see that string s1 is equal hello, right? That means basically in stack memory, right, it store s1, which is the variable name, right? So it's pointing to the hello. That hello is simply stored in string pool, or someone can say it's string literal pool, right? Literal pool, right? So string pool is inside Java heap memory. Okay, so so now you know that stack memory. So basically heap memory means you can save the object, so whatever the object you have created are stored in Java heap memory. So string pool is inside Java heap. It's a special location inside the heap memory, right? So once you create string s2 is equal world, right, that s2 is stored in stack. That stack is pointing to world, which is also stored in uh, a string literal pool, right? uh, so then if you create a um, create the string like string s3 equal new string, so it's basically object creation, right? So now you are going to create new object from a string, right? So that string should be stored in heap memory. Why? The reason is you are creating the object, right? It's heap memory, it uses heap memory, but you can see that inside the object it's pointing something called string literal, right? So that literal part is apple. So apple should be stored in string pool again, right? So the value is string literal, but you have created object here, right? That object creation happened at heap memory, but the literal stored inside the string literal pool, right? So if I say what is string literal, that literal means basically, so whatever the string value you quoted, you put you put that inside double quotes, which is called string literal, right? So these kind of literals are saved under string pool, right? uh, so string pool, if you think like string s2 is equal hello, right? Then string pool do not create two hellos, right? So if you define something like hello hello, and if you need to define that s2 is equal hello, right, that s2 will be stored in stack memory, but that s2 is pointing to the same hello inside string literal pool, does not create separate word for that, because the because of same letters, right? Okay, so that's how string is working in Java, right? So now you can understand what is object creation with the string, and separate string creation like s1 s2, and difference between s3, right? So uh, this is very common question in Java, right? Here I have created the main method inside class, right? The common question in Java is you can define like string s1 is equal apple, right? So now you can say string s2 is equal apple, right? You can say string s3 is equal new string which is orange, right? So I am going to create the same object with same string literal, but the variable name should be s4, right? So now what I need to do is I put 2s out here, right? The first s out says s1 is equal s2, right? This should return true or false, right? In here what I need to do is s3 equal s4, right? Okay, so then when I run this program, right, when I run this program, you can see that first one returns true and the second one returns false, right? This one returns false and first one returns true. The true, that reason is s1 and s2 both are pointing to same string literals inside string literal pools, right? Pool. So that's the reason why this one gives you true value, right? But s3 s4 are separate two objects which is stored or which is created inside the heap memory, right? So you, though although the values of these objects are same, but s3 indicates an object, not the value, right? So you are going to compare s3 object with s4 object. You can't do that because these are two separate objects inside Java heap, right? So that's the reason why this statement return you false value, right? Okay, so these are kind of very common thing, right? We will go with some methods in string, right? So those are very important when you coding, right? Okay, so I will define a string str is equal, I will say next gen automation, right? Okay, so now what I need to do is I will go with a couple of methods in string, right? So now you know that str is a data type is string, right? So I can say str dot length. Okay, so this will return you the length, right? Then you can say another sort str dot equals, right? I will give the same equals method, right? So this word is equal to this one, right? Okay, then another sort str dot equals, right? Same thing, but I change this into simple, that G to simple and this A to simple, right? All are lowercase letters, right? Okay, then now I'm going to run this program, right? Here you can see that length returns 17. That means basically this contains 7 characters. We'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Yeah, it contains 17 characters. Right? The second statement returns true because the next gen automation, that str indicates next gen automation, and this equal sign I'm going to check this one with this specific word, so which is also same as next gen automation, so it returns true, right? Because characters of these two words are same, right? But you can see that third statement returns false. The reason is it's comparing that n value, right? It's considering that case sensitivity, right? That means basically that n is uppercase here, this one is lowercase, right? So that's the reason why that equals return false, right? uh, if you need to compare the letters only by ignoring that case, right? So string gives a specific method for that, right? So that is str dot equal equals ignore case, right? So then you can put this all uh, simple here, right? This should be quoted in double quotes, right? Okay, so if I run this one, here you can see that fourth one gives you true value because it's going to compare the actually it was comparing that the letters ignoring that case, right? So whether it's simple or capital or lowercase or uppercase, so it's just take the value only, right? Okay, then another method, right? We will go with another method, right? Which is contains, right? Contains, right? So you can see that str dot contains, right? So I need to check whether which is contains the word uh, gen, right? Gen. Then how can you do that, right? So I'll run this one. Here it returns true. So now I'm going to change this G to lowercase and run this. Here you can see that it returns me false value, right? Because it's also checking that the case sensitivity. If you need to ignore this one, you can say str dot to lowercase, right? So another method called to lowercase, right? uh, so now you can study about to lowercase. It's also the method which gives in Java string, and you need to convert this contains one to lowercase dot that contains, sorry, that contains dot to lowercase, because currently you put something like you have hard coded here, but in practically what happens, so you have hard coded the value here, but what practically happened is um, happens is so you declare variable here, right? That variable contains that specific value, so better to put two lowercase for both of the places, right? So once you run this one, here you can see that true, right? It ignore the case and returns whether that gen is contains in this text, right? Okay, so then we will go with another example which is called substring, right? So we can say str dot substring. Here you can see that substring you need to give begin index and end index. So I'm going to open the documentation, right? So it says that the parameters, right? Begin index is the beginning index inclusive, right? End index, the ending index which is exclusive, right? That means basically if you need to print that gen letter, right? The gen characters only, right? So how can I do that? Substring, so I will give it, I need to give that begin index, so that means 0 1 2 3 4. So I need to give 4 here, right? And the second part is inclusive. This one is 4 uh, 5 6 7. Here I need to give 7 because up to 6th I need to take, right? I'll give 7, right? Then I will run this program. Here you can see that Jen is printed, right? uh, so another method is so now you know that two lowercase, right? In the same way you can print two uppercase as well, right? str dot two uppercase, it will return you the it will return you all uppercase letters, right? Here next gen automation, right? uh, then the word trim, right? Okay. Trim means basically here that trim definition. Trim is returning a string uh, whose value is this string with all leading and trailing spaces removed, where space is defined as any character whose chord point is less than or equal to this one, right? So if you put a space here, right? Space here, so uh, it will trim and just give you the next gen automation only, right? So if I run this one, here you can see that there is no space after this point, right? So better to understand like this way, right? So now I'm going to uh, say something like equals, right? Equals ignore case, right? Okay, then I'm going to put this word without a space, right? Without a space. So I'm going to run this. Here you can say it return false. The reason is in str it's having a space in the final after the final character in, right? So my that comparing string which does not have any spaces after this n, right? So then I'm going to use trim. That trim will trim this space to here, right? So str, I can say str dot trim. So now I'm using trim word to trim this one, and trim dot equal ignore case. So because of trim method, that the letter, sorry, that the word next gen automation with the spaces become next gen automation only, right? Because of that trim method, right? Okay, now I'm going to run this one. Here you can see that it will return true, right? Now you can understand what is trim, right? Then split, right? Okay, so I'm going to remove this space. So split means basically you can split this word str dot split. You need to give the regex, right? That means regular expression, right? So I need to split this word with letter E, right? That means basically with all the E letters, it will split this one, right? So I'm not going to put this here, right? You can't just S out this one, right? So once you S out, it will give you the ob like object only, right? So I can say str dot split by E, right? I need to split by E. So you can see that split returning something called here it returns array of strings, right? So you need to define array of string. So I can say string, it should be array, right? str arr. right? So now you can print this one like you, through the string arrays, right? Arrays dot stream str ar, right? Here this one dot for each. Here you can say that using method reference, right? System dot out sorry, print, right? So in this way you can iterate this one, right? Iterate this strar array, right? We'll see the output. Yeah, n before the e, yeah, there is a n. After that xtg, here xtg, the e is there. After that in automation there is no e, right? In with automation, here you can see that the array values, right? Okay, so these are some important methods which contains a string in Java, right? String class, I can say string class, right? So that string class contains these kind of important methods that you can use, like length equal, ignore case, contain, substring, to uppercase, to lowercase, trim, split, right? These are not so these are the so these are not the only methods contains in string, right? But there are kind of things you need to refer, right? So you can further study those things. These are very commonly used ones, right? Okay,